Hello all. I did make another video yesterday, shot the 350 Legend, um, but there was no improvement. Well, hardly any improvement. I had done some more polishing and cleaning, and I swapped a different lower in with what I thought was sort of a different buffer and spring, and it still just did not feed. And about the only good thing that I could have shown out of it was that the followers were getting crooked. They were getting sideways and not feeding well, and the chamber, it got dirty quickly. Just a few rounds, and rounds wouldn't chamber easily, and they wouldn't extract easily, and I think that might be part of the feeding issue. But this morning I got up and had gone out to run a couple of different things, and I stopped at a couple of shops that I wanted to, looking for these self-following levelers. They're both Magpul products. I don't know, one's yellow, one's gray, probably the same damn thing. But I took these orange followers out of the original CMMG mags, the ones that I had modified the fronts on. I put one of each in to see if it makes any difference at all. I'm going to take those down and try it, hopefully in a couple minutes. I spent way too much on a Ruger branded 350 Legend mag. This is a 5-round. That was a little salty, but I was willing to give it a try. It looks like it has these same orange followers that the CMMG mags do. What I think I'm going to do is take one yellow and one gray. I have another pack of these I opened, and if this one doesn't function, I might swap in one of those followers to see if it works, if these happen to end up working. I also bought some other ammo. This is the 145 grain that I'd been using, and it's got it's got a profile that does seem to lend itself to hanging up a little bit. I got some of the 180 grain, the Hunter rounds, and their profile is similar, but it's a little bit more rounded. Has a nice soft tip, and I don't know if they're loaded any hotter, but we'll see if maybe a little bit hotter round, a little bit better ammo, see if that does anything. And just because they were cheap and a last-ditch effort, I bought this just plastic mag. It was, I don't know, 11 bucks, and I shaved the ribs out on the inside so that 350 rounds will feed, or at least I can feed them in there. I don't know if they're going to feed from it to the firearm or not, but I'm going to give it a try, and I don't know if that follower is going to work, or if any of the new anti-tilt ones. This actually has the kind of like the longer legs on it, that maybe it'll, I don't know, maybe it'll do something. I'm willing to give it a try. I wanted to run down to the range today anyway, shoot off some of those reloads that I made last night, and I got myself a nice handy new box to carry them in. So I'll try to run down and see if this does any good, and maybe bust off a few of the reloads. I'll try to film if I can, if there's not too many people or too much noise. And well, hope everybody's having a good Saturday. I got 2 in a row. This is the yellow follower. Ah! Haha! Think it was an issue with the followers. Yes. 5-round Ruger branded mag. Didn't lock open. Okay, this is the plastic mag that I modified, cut the ribs out of. I tested it, it did fire one round. We'll see if it goes a couple more. Doesn't lock open, but it works. Mags seem to be working good. Seems to be cycling well enough. Trying some of those 180 grain, the hunting rounds. We'll just see how they do. Didn't lock open, but it worked. All right, I'm gonna try out some of my 38 special loads from last night. We'll see how they go. Click. My hands are cold and I'm bleeding. All 6 ejected pretty nicely. They didn't pop out, but nothing stuck. All right, another round of hand loads. Let's see if we can do our double action. Yes. Huh, bleeding. Ah, nice. All right, I wanted to try them out in the big old single action too, just to give it a shot. Should be it. Yep. Okay, so this was 25 yards, and all of this is the 350. These should be the little 38, and this should be from the 357, the single action. But hey, they're all working. That's a good day at the range. I'm a happy man. All right, it was just too cold to do any kind of wrap up. I mean, I got to go to the target, but just wanted to do a couple of things when I got back. One, I didn't even get to show it. I didn't get to use it. I got one of those snazzy Fiachi brass catchers, and I think that's going to be nice, because I was scrambling around picking up all my brass, because one, I wanted to look at it to see what kind of what condition it was in, and two, I'm hoping that at some point I'm going to be able to do some reloading for it. But I've learned a lot this process of getting this thing to run. If there's anybody that starts to think about wanting one of these, I'd say go for it. I mean, it's a lot of fun to shoot. I didn't mention earlier that I took it to the range yesterday, and it didn't function. It didn't do well, and I was having real trouble with extraction, and even with it loading, that it was getting real sticky, real dirty. So I polished the heck out of it last night. I put green, where's it at? I put green Scotch-Brite strips on a cleaning brush and ran those in there, I mean, to the point that there was material getting scrubbed. And then I put patch on it with the Mother's polishing compound that I'd been using before, and my hands were absolutely black with material. So I'm thinking that today's success was good because of the polish chamber, and because of the followers that I changed out, that I put in those followers with the longer legs. That made both of the CMMG mags function. And there's something kind of interesting I want to show you about that Ruger magazine. I pulled the Ruger magazine apart, the little 5-rounder, to change out what I thought was the same orange followers that are actually marked 350 from the CMMG magazines. And when I got this apart, I thought this was kind of interesting, that this spring is, well, it's kind of compressed. I don't know, I guess that's got to be in there so that it fills up the space, but still gives you the spring. But anyway, I found that the follower in the Ruger magazine is also marked 350, same as the other, but it has those longer legs for the anti-tilt. So when I was at the range and this magazine functioned, that is probably why, because it didn't have those little shorter legs. Now, I'm not sure about the future of that plastic one. It was flexing and bulging. I mean, it worked, but I don't know how much I'm going to actually use that one. So if anybody was thinking about getting one of these Bear Creek uppers, I know I've read plenty of stuff about them. I've read other people's reviews, and I've had my issues with it. But I mean, if you're prepared to do a little bit of working, a little bit of polishing, and I guess a little bit of fiddling with the magazines until we find one that's a good product that's for sure going to be good. I mean, I'd say go for it. These are it's pretty dirty, but they're fun to shoot, and I'm now I'm looking forward to taking my boy back down to the range. The shooting that I did was just with the flip up irons, and I did adjust them a little bit over to try to compensate for this little bit. But 25 yards, that was a little bit low and a little bit to the left. I'd like to see what I can do with it better on a warmer day. Goodness gracious, I was trying not to complain about it, but I was cold. I had injured my finger when I was cleaning that mag out, and was bleeding. So looking forward to some better weather, and we'll have a lot more fun with this thing. Hey, for everybody that gave me input, for everybody that gave suggestions, thank you very much. It all helped. Gave me lots of things to chase down, good excuses to take some things apart and learn some things. And well, this is going to stick around for a while. I'm going to have fun with this. Thanks.